November 17th, 2024. Daily Bread. Passage, 2 Samuel, chapter 23, verse 8 to verse 39. Key verse 17. Title: Mighty Warriors of Faith. These are the names of David's mighty warriors. Josheb-Basshebeth, a Tachmonite, was chief of the three. He raised his spear against 800 men, whom he killed in one encounter. Next to him was Eleazar, son of Dodai, the Ahohite. As one of the three mighty warriors, he was with David when they taunted the Philistines, gathered at Pas-dammim for battle. Then the Israelites retreated. But Eleazar stood his ground and struck down the Philistines till his hand grew tired and froze to the sword. The Lord brought about a great victory that day. The troops returned to Eleazar, but only to strip the dead. Next to him was Shammah, son of Agi, the Hararite. When the Philistines banded together at a place where there was a field full of lentils, Israel's troops fled from them. But Shammah took his stand in the middle of the field. He defended it and struck the Philistines down, and the Lord brought about a great victory. During harvest time, 3 of the 30 chief warriors came down to David at the cave of Adullam, while a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. At the time, David was in the stronghold, and the Philistines' garrison was at Bethlehem. David longed for water, and said, "Oh, that someone would get me a drink of water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem." So the 3 mighty warriors broke through the Philistine lines, drew water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. "Far be it from me, Lord, to do this," he said. "Is it not the blood of men who went at the risk of their lives?" And David would not drink it. Such were the exploits of the 3 mighty warriors. Abishai, the brother of Joab, son of Zeruiah, was chief of the 3. He raised his spear against 300 men, whom he killed, and so he became as famous as the 3. Was he not held in greater honor than the 3? He became their commander, even though he was not included among them. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant fighter from Kabzeel, performed great exploits. He struck down Moab's 2 mightiest warriors. He also went down into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. And he struck down a huge Egyptian. Although the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, Benaiah went against him with a club. He snatched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with his own spear. Such were the exploits of Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. He too was as famous as the 30 mighty warriors. He was held in greater honor than any of the 30, but he was not included among the 3, and David put him in charge of his bodyguard. Among the 30 were Asahel, the brother of Joab, Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem, Shammah the Harodite, Elika the Harodite, Helez the Paltite, Ira, son of Ikish, from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anathoth, Sibekiah the Hushathite, Zalman the Ahohite, Maharah the Netophathite, Heled, son of Banah, the Netophathite, Ithai, son of Ribai, from Gibeah in Benjamin, Benaiah the Parathonite, Hiddai from the ravines of Gash, Abi-albon the Arabathite, Azmaveth the Barhumite, Eliahba the Shalbonite, the sons of Jashin, Jonathan, son of Shammah the Hararite, Ahiam, son of Sharah the Hararite, Eliphalet, son of Abishai the Maacathite, Eliam, son of Ahithophel the Gilonite, Hezro the Carmelite, Paarai the Arbite, Igal, son of Nathan, from Zobah, the son of Hagri, Zelek the Ammonite, Nahariah the Beerothite, the armor-bearer of Joab, son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, and Uriah the Hittite. There were 37 in all. Daily Bread Message. David devoted most of this chapter giving credit to the mighty warriors who surrounded him. People are noted by those they associate themselves with. David was encircled by men who imitated his courage and fear of God. Neither they nor David were perfect, but they gave their whole hearts, minds, souls, and strength to serve God. The first to be mentioned is Josheb-Basshebeth, who was chief of the top 3. He raised his spear against 800 men, whom he killed in one encounter. The second to be honored is Eleazar, who stood his ground and struck down the Philistines until his hand grew tired and froze to the sword. The third to be recognized is Shammah, who took his stand in the middle of the field. He defended it and struck the Philistines down. These mighty warriors stood their ground against all odds and brought about God's complete victory by faith. Once the 3 mighty men broke through the enemy lines to get water for David, but David refused to drink it because it represented their lifeblood, and he poured it out before the Lord. This deep respect and sacrifice are what made David a great leader. May God form such a mighty holy vessel among us when we fear God, respect others highly, and sacrifice ourselves for God's purpose. Prayer. Father, thank you for the mighty gospel warriors around me. Help us to stand firm in faith. One word, mighty warriors of faith.